All right, this podcast, I don't know how this is going to go. Guys, welcome to another podcast, another episode of Heidi's Lane. This is how we do it. We're just rolling. So you can't see, you can't see what's happening unless, do you know what your mug says, Matix? It says Mambas. If you want to watch the YouTube version of this, you should, because Mom's squeezing. I have two VIP guests, very important. I guess it's VIGs. Two important people. VIGs, very important guests. Oh, yeah. My VIGs, Mom, scoot in. So look at the camera. So here's where you're going to look. Very important grandma and very important guy.
Thank you.
And then a very important gal sitting right here in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's why we got roped into this.
So go watch the YouTube version of this because we are all snug as 3 bugs in a rug. Is that how you say it?
Uh-huh.
I have my beautiful mom today. Mom, say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Lauri.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am. She ropes me into this stuff all the time.
Matix,
Noe.
And can you tell the story of why her name is Noe?
Yeah.
Just one day I decided to name her that.
No, you didn't. Like, back up to the day that you started talking.
So he can't remember when he was 8 months old. So go ahead. Why don't you?
I can't exactly remember.
I thought you were smart. I thought you were smart.
All right, Mom, tell the story.
Do you want me to tell it? So I never wanted to be called Grandma, which I do love that name now. But when Matix was coming into this world, I was way too young to be a grandma.
You said, I'm too young to be called grandma.
I refuse. And I still refuse. So I wanted him to call me Lauri. All of my kids, you guys always called my mom by her first name, Jude, Grandma Jude. And so anyway, Matix tried to say Lauri, but he couldn't. So it came out Noe. And that's how I got my name.
That's how I was born.
It was like so 2 of your first words were Noe and hemangioma. Do you remember that?
Seriously, yes, Matix. Yes.
What's a hemangioma?
I don't even know what that is. It was something on my finger.
But you figured out how to say it really good.
So a hemangioma.
It just went away over time.
Yeah, you were 18 when you figured out how to say it, but I'm just kidding. Seriously, you were only 1. You were very smart. So still are.
A hemangioma is like a cluster of blood vessels or capillaries or something that would show. Mm-hmm. So Matix had a cluster of these blood vessels or veins in between his 4th and his 3rd finger. And so he literally, Matix, you were like the smartest kid ever. So early on.
What happened?
You still are.
Buddy, what are your grades this year?
I do have a C in math now.
But you remember the days when a C was like an A+ for you? So now you're like saying C, like,
is that the bottom?
A's in my online classes though.
Freaking awesome. Bud.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Going out with a bang.
And I think I do have a B in econ though, which sucks, but yeah.
I think you're doing awesome.
That's not bad. Yeah, you're doing good. So much better than last year.
Yeah. So much better than all 3 of the last years.
Yeah.
All right. So the purpose of this podcast, I should have started by saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and whatever your holiday is that you are experiencing right now. We hope you have the best. And I believe we have this podcast set. No.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Oh, wait. It's okay.
So Matix is in a trade school right now. It's audio and video recording.
Audio and radio production.
And so he's looking at
Not video.
Okay. He's looking at my mini soundboard here and he's like, Mom, you're on mute. Okay. What I was saying is this is coming out. This is slated to come out on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve.
Christmas.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Or whatever you celebrate.
Yep. Merry Christmas. And so I wanted to do something super special today. And I wanted to I was going to be my mom and then Matix walked through the door. So he's here too.
Soon.
What?
I have to leave soon. I'm just popping on real quick just to say hi.
And Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be talking about family traditions because traditions are so important for so many reasons. Right before we started recording, Matix like, what are you doing a podcast on? I said, oh, Christmas traditions. What's your favorite one? And Matix, what was your response?
Only thing that could come to my mind was when we go to Noe's house as a family every year with the whole family. But that's about all I can think of. Every tradition I think we tried to start kind of slowly just disappeared.
That's a lie.
No, you know what one actually first came to my mind that I quickly got rid of? The Polar Express. We did that 2 years and then we stopped doing it. 2 or 3 years.
Why? Why'd you
So
stop?
it's really nice to know that my efforts are all remembered. Actually, what I thought was so funny is I told Matix we were doing it on family Christmas traditions. And he's like, what traditions do we
I
have?
can't think of any other traditions we have done.
But does that mean we don't have them? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have, since you have to leave, I'm going to have you listen to this episode as you're experiencing our Christmas traditions. And then you can be excited about it all over again.
I know a new tradition we can start.
Ooh.
Podcasts.
Oh.
A Christmas podcast every year.
With your whole family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I love you, buddy.
You leaving?
He's
Love
leaving.
you, hon. I'll talk
Bye,
to you a little
guys.
later.
See ya.
I'm talking here. Yep.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Why is there a square only on my face?
It's focusing on
That's
your
how it
face.
was for me.
Why? Was it?
Well, so the
On
key
that
is to
side?
not look
Yeah.
at that. The key is to look at that if you want to.
Oh, I'm looking at myself
I
on the
love you guys.
screen. Love you,
Love
honey.
you, buddy. Are there any other moms out there that Mom, can you relate to that? Where were we ever like, what did you ever do for us? Like, Matix is like, traditions?
Yeah.
What kind of traditions? I'm like, I feel like I'm the most festive mom. I really do.
Mhm.
I feel like
you
I'm such a
are.
festive mom.
Look at your house. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's a freaking tradition. I have 2 trees, you guys, everyone that listen to me depending. I'm like, Matix, you're
Is
in
it-
trouble. You're grounded.
I have 2 trees that make dinner every night.
No, technically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Christmas trees in my house. Do you know that?
No, I don't. Upstairs?
I do. So the one that you're sitting next to, the white
Right.
one. So
Mhm.
remember when I had the bigger house with Chris,
Mhm.
we did a white tree, kind of like that.
Right.
And then after a couple holidays, we wanted to switch it up to red. So then we changed our tree to red. And then when I moved to this house, the big tree didn't fit in here. And so I had to buy a new tree. So I had 2 trees suddenly. So I'm like, well, let's do a white and a red. So I have a white and a red. And then I love having one in my room. So I have a 4-foot tree in my room.
That is nice. Yeah.
And then I have in each of the kids' rooms it's like a 3-foot tree, a 2.5-foot tree.
Uh-huh.
And every one of their trees, so I guess we have 7 trees. Every one of their trees is decorated. Have you not seen these?
No, I haven't been upstairs.
They're
since this has
decorated
been
to each of
decorated.
them.
Okay.
So
I have to go check them
Matix's
out.
tree, he's super into music.
Mhm.
And so I think his is a blue tree. I can't think right now. And there's guitars on it and like piano pieces and different
Cool.
musical notes all over his
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
And then Marley's tree, she kind of likes boho chic
Uh-huh.
stuff. So it's just very cute and artsy and Marley.
Yeah.
Hers is a white tree. And then Cash is a gamer. We all know that. So his is, I can't believe you haven't seen this. So his is, it's like, remote controls,
Uh-huh.
like video remotes.
Perfect.
And,
oh my gosh, how cute.
Yeah. And like the Mario stars and
Yeah.
stuff. And then Ruby is gems because she's like, she's a Ruby and she's
Yep.
also kind of a woo woo.
She's a
child.
hippie chick.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
and so we
she
have
is.
like stones and gems and
Oh,
I know.
how cute. I'll go look at them before I
And-
leave tonight.
okay. Yeah, and mine's cute. So there's a tradition.
Yep.
this
This is where we're going with
this
that.
episode starts with me defending
Your
that I'm a good
traditions.
mom. That's where this.
You are a good mom, Hyde. You are.
I appreciate. You know what's funny? I don't. Too late. So you got to hold the mic up to your mouth.
Oh, all the way?
Yeah,
Maybe what if they don't want to hear me?
yeah. But they do. They want to hear you more than they want to hear me. So think about this. Every single week, everyone listening listens to me.
Yeah.
And it's nice to kind of hear. I think sometimes, you know how like with people, you can like, you can hear how they explain who they are. And you're like, but is that
Mhm.
real or not?
Mhm.
And then you get a more refined picture of who they are by hearing the people in their life. So you
True.
doing this huge favor for me by jumping on and talking really gives, I think, a better, broader, more authentic perspective of who I am. Not that like they're here to see who I am, but like it's fun to dive into someone's world.
Right.
And I
right.
think I have an awesome world.
Yeah. No, you do. I do too. We both do. We're very fortunate
Yeah.
in life all the way around.
Yeah.
The only difference is you have a job and I didn't. So I had more time to spend on traditions and, all that, the baking and everything I did. And I loved it. I still love it to this day.
Yeah. I know. So, okay. Mom, you can sit back and get comfy.
Can I?
Yeah. So the camera, let me just explain this because this is anyone who's going to be on my podcast, listen up. That's like secondary. And it might go to YouTube and it might not. And we might cut a couple cute reels with it.
This is like,
you're not as flexible as I am.
I told you my hips are out right now.
I wish you guys could see this.
No,
so some things are hereditary. My mom's lack of bendiness was not. Is that too uncomfy? Are you good?
I'm good.
Are you?
Do you have a heating pad? Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've already introduced who my mom is and what I want to say, and I'll say it to everyone listening and to my mom. One of the reasons why I felt like you were the most appropriate guest for this traditions and memories episode is because you were the creator of all of my childhood memories and traditions. And you, like a lot of what you did, guided me on what I wanted to do for my kids. Like I knew, let me just say this too. I know how lucky I am to have had so many parts of my childhood that I had. And it had nothing to do with money and everything to do with parents who were so thoughtful about making Christmas special for us or making the holidays special. I mean, Easter, you name the holiday, making my birthday special. I mean,
wait, I know what's coming now.
But real talk. Okay. So my mom, let's just say this. Let's get it out. Let's air the dirty laundry. Okay.
Your birthday every year.
What happened on my birthday every year, Mom?
Dad and I took a cruise. It was the perfect timing. Sorry. That was that time of year. It just happened to be on your birthday.
But here's what's crazy. So I can't even tell you how many people I know that would hear their parents take a cruise on their birthday and would be like, poor me. My parents left me on my birthday. I have never said that. Never.
No.
Because I don't know what you guys did, but I really only ever saw the good that you guys did. Like I felt so loved and so celebrated. It like took you being like, we were on a cruise every year for your birthday for me to be like, oh yeah, you're right. You were.
Yeah.
But you guys, you did such a good job making me feel important for my birthday. Like Dad.
Well, thank you.
Was the originator of the birth month.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
So like applying to my birthdays?
Yeah.
Okay. So every year Dad would do something different each year for my birth month. And my birthday is March 12th. So one year, this is like the most memorable one. Well, we went on cruises, we went on, long weekend getaways and stuff. But one year he did every single day from the 1st to the 12th on my birthday. Someone came and delivered flowers to me and they were always so beautiful. They were like fresh topiaries and roses and just everything was like so creative.
Extravagant.
And he had a great florist do it. They were awesome. This. Yeah. And so they showed up every single day. I mean, talk about looking like someone died in the house. But they were happy flowers. They were all happy flowers. So, yeah. So he always tried to make all of your birthdays creative, but especially mine, I have to say. Yeah. I mean, he was the best about planning vacations and birthdays, and he was better than me, actually. He always had the best ideas. Yeah, he did.
I remember that. Like, I remember some of the flowers came in boxes. I remember different things. And I remember the topiary.
Yeah.
And it was a living topiary tree. It wasn't like one of those things that you buy. And I think the important thing for people to hear in this is it's not about the amount of money spent.
Right.
It's about the thoughtfulness. Like, Dad, I'm sure before you guys made enough money to do something like that, probably was doing handwritten notes or whatever it was. And that thoughtfulness went a really, really long way. Like I know
he would he would write me notes all the time whenever he would travel back and forth for work. He would email them to me and I would get one every night that he was gone. He was so romantic.
Really?
He on the outside, he was like super hard guy, you know, don't mess with me. But on the inside, he was such a marshmallow for me. And you guys too. But I mean, mostly obviously for me. And so, yeah, he was great about notes and just letting me know how much I meant to him all the time, which made me want to do the same for him. And I'm sure I just drove him crazy all the time instead. But
no, you did not. He loved you.
He did.
Worshipped the ground that you walked on. I've actually never really had a platform to talk about this. I mean, I kind of have. I've posted pictures on Instagram of you and Dad, and I've mentioned how he treated you like a queen. And listen, I have notes for this podcast, but it's going to go where it goes. Okay. So I just kind of talk. But it was actually like, I don't think I had the ability to appreciate it until I was 40 or 38, 39.
That makes sense.
I don't think I really appreciated how Dad treated you until I'd been through so many of my own really difficult circumstances and situations. Not because I wasn't with great guys, because I was, but Dad was an anomaly. A one of a kind.
Absolutely.
Like I remember until the day he died, like I remember at Matix's birthday party, which is the last time I saw him. February, whatever, because he died, what day? February 18th? 2011?
Yep.
I remember like he was grabbing your butt. Like he had grandkids and he was just this like,
he didn't care.
I love you.
He did not care.
He loved you. Like he worshiped the ground that you walked on. I never, ever, and I don't know how I feel about this today. I never saw you guys fight. Not once did I see you fight.
We didn't fight in front of you guys.
And and it was great. And also, I think what that did for me is it made me, I didn't understand that couples fought. Because I never saw you fight.
Well, we honestly did not even fight that much. But when we did, I knew that when I had kids someday, I had a family, they were not going to see me and their dad fight. We were not going to fight in front of you guys.
Yeah.
And that's because of my own upbringing. And so so we didn't fight very often at all. But when we did, you know, you guys saw some of it, I'm sure, and stuff. But
we
honestly,
didn't. I'm not kidding you.
So I set you up for like to think marriage was perfect.
When I got married, I thought everyone you marry is like your dad. Like that's what I thought. I honestly was like, well, all right, is this going to work? I thought every relationship was like yours and Dad's.
Out. Yeah.
And I wasn't like you, and husband number one wasn't like Dad. And so it didn't work. And then it was try again. And I felt like I just didn't understand that because, and you guys just did so good at protecting us and at loving us. And Dad, now what Dad did really, really well, now that I'm 41, is now I'm like, okay, now I know how I deserve to be treated.
Yes. That was the number one thing he always wanted for you too.
Yeah.
And that is why that's not why, he just was so great to me. You know, Grandpa Lane was so great to Grandma Lane. It just was in Dad's upbringing. And he was raised very well, you know, to treat women the way they deserve to be treated, you know, and he was number one.
I know. Well, okay. So this is holiday traditions and memories. And I want to start, I mean, we're 20 minutes in, we're not starting. I want to say, before too long, that I actually do totally understand to everyone listening that holidays can trigger a lot of grief and a lot of sadness and a lot of,
lonely feelings.
Yeah. And so I recognize that. And anyone listening, my intention for doing this episode has nothing to do with trying to say, hey, my holidays or my memories were the greatest. My holidays were the great, our traditions are the greatest, but instead it's to shine a light and say, hey, here are things that really brought brightness to my world as a child and bring brightness to my world today, that can help overshadow or outshine the gloomy spots, right? But if you are in grief or you are in sadness this holiday season or today as you listen to this, whatever day this is, know that I am thinking about you. I am sending you love, and I have been there and am still there. That's just how it is. It's like, I can't have a holiday that passes without thinking about a lot of the wonderful things that my dad did for me that don't exist now. And I think it's easy for me, I think for anyone, it's easy for me to get stuck in feeling sorry for myself and stuck in feeling like almost living in the past and giving energy to something that no longer exists, that it stops me from moving forward. Right? So I think it's awesome. Like, maybe don't forget the good or forget who was or what was, but use it also to propel you forward and help create new traditions. And if you're listening and you don't have any traditions, it is never too late. Now is the perfect time to start. Yep. I feel like in all my, different phases of life, because there's been so many, I posted about this a couple weeks ago. Starting over is a thing that I've had to do again and again and again. And I feel like I'm the queen of it. I actually think I'm the princess of it and you're the queen of it because you've had to start over again and again. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, especially with holidays and what it's felt like for you?
Well, yeah, with holidays, it's very hard not to remember what was and not to feel like it still should be. And so, grief is a really hard thing during the holidays. And, of course,
how many years since Dad passed? Tell them.
He passed 12 years ago, almost 13 now.
And do you still feel it today, like this holiday season?
Absolutely. Because I go through the whole holiday season and I remember what we did here, going to the temple lights, doing this, doing that. A lot of traditions that we did with you guys, I don't do anymore. And, some of those were formed way back when I was little at my grandparents' house too. Yeah. And so, and Dad was always part of that. After we got married, he even went back to, New York with me to my grandparents for, Christmas Eve and stuff. And then, my parents started doing it at their house in later years. And then it kind of became mine and Dad's thing too. Well, it is. And I love it. Yeah. I haven't done it now in a few years. We're doing it this year and I'm super excited about it.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm so excited.
But no, it is, it's always in the back of my mind. I'm so fortunate and grateful for what I do have. Yeah. But, at the same time, it really does bother me that it's not what it should be. Yeah, this wasn't my plan, but we all know God laughs at plans. Yeah. And you have to move forward. You really do. You have to keep moving forward.
So I think what you're saying is it's not what you thought it should be.
Correct.
Because what it is what it should be.
Exactly.
But there's a quote that I've posted a handful of times on Instagram. It's a tongue twister. So every time I say it, it sounds weird, but it says, what screws us up the most in life is the picture in our heads of how it's supposed to be. And so it's like that picture of what we thought it should be, right? Like you thought it would be you and Dad forever, carrying on these traditions and these memories forever and ever. And it's not like that idea of you knowing what it has been and what it could be and it not being real, is hard. It's the knowing. Whereas like sometimes I'm sure, like for me, there are things that I don't have anymore that I'm like, man, I wish I never knew that existed. Cause if I didn't know, then I wouldn't feel this void right now. Right. But then at the same time, like all of the memories and the things that you have and like, tell me the good of it. So what is the good or the brightest spots of knowing what those traditions were and knowing what your life with Dad around the holidays were, that even though some of them don't exist now, what are the bright spots of it?
Well, for me, number one, it was just the feeling of love because we always had the same traditions. Every year I looked forward to them. Love, stability, safety, family. I mean, family is everything to me. I know you know that. And so, just being with my family, my grandparents, and then my parents, and then we kept doing it ourselves. I really look forward to that every year because I get to be with everyone I love the most in my life. So, That's what's hard for me is everyone's not. You guys are growing up. You have your own traditions, and it's hard for everyone to get together. But those are the things that I cherish the most are the memories of that. And dad is in all of those memories until the last few years. Yeah, so
yeah. And I'm gonna argue and say he's still in the memories and the traditions, but he's in them in the way of me and Gmo and Darren and Denver and all of your grandkids. And, what we all each individually practice, which you are a part of all of our traditions. So you get to take part in traditions that we have because of Dad. And then something that just came to me too, that, it's something I'm sure that's been shared before, but like, I'm hearing you and it's like it's our chapters of life. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like you had traditions for that chapter of your life with Dad. I'm not going to say it's better or that next chapter is going to be better. It's going to be different. Right. It's kind of like kids. Yeah. When your kids come along, every kid, you're like, oh, the second one can't possibly be better than the first. Like that poor kid's I love
but what you're saying is the second one is better than the first because you're the second.
Yes. First is the worst. Second is the best. Third is the one with the hairy chest. I'm the best.
They shouldn't have the hairy chest. I don't think.
No, Darren does. Excuse me. Hold on. But with every single kid, like you end up loving them the same. Like you don't understand what that's like until you have additional kids. And then you're like, gosh, I love you just as much, but in a totally different way than child number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Yeah. Right.
It's an equal love, different platforms, elements, whatever of that person.
So with tradition, we have the opportunity based on the lens that we view life through to either, well, I guess we have 2 choices. We can either shut one chapter and be so sad that it's not here anymore and miss out on the chapter that we're inside of. Or we can close that chapter with gratitude and love and allow ourselves to move forward and understand that we get to make new ones.
Right.
Now, before we move on to the next thing, my mom just said something really great. And I feel like it's worth zeroing in on. She said, when I'm nervous, I talk too much.
I do.
Okay, explain it to me because I'm going to bust this myth right now for you.
Well, I'm nervous right now. I'm nervous all the time. When you rope me into anything, I am always nervous. I'm like sweating.
Are you? Well, my house is hot. I feel
it's not
we
that.
need to turn the air up a little down.
No, you just love to put me on the spot.
But let me just say this though. What's awesome is you do talk more these days than you did when Dad was alive. So old chapter, you didn't talk as much. Yeah. Now you do talk more. And I love it. Like I actually think, and this is something that I was talking to Kira about, and I think it was on one of our podcasts, but like there's no such thing as too much. We might be too much for somebody.
I'm a lot.
But for like you being all of who you are without holding back is actually the most beautiful thing. And it's been so much fun for me to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like to be self-expressed and to like laugh and joke and tell your stories. And I think it's awesome.
It's been thousands of dollars in therapy. And I have come out of my shell finally. No, Dad always just took control. And I love that about him. I actually was so codependent on him, clinging to him. Like every time we'd be in public, I don't like being in public. I'm very introverted. Believe it or not.
You're doing so much better. Do you remember the first time you were on camera with me? This is like
was this the outside thing with the makeup?
Yeah. It was really great. Okay. So you were codependent. You said you were when you were in public.
It's like we'd be in public and I would be like grasping his hand and it was sweaty.
Really?
I don't know. I just have a problem with being in front of people sometimes, unless it's family and everyone. And then I say way too much too, and you guys don't like it. And
no, we love it. I love it.
Well, I get a lot of eye rolls from the boys.
They love it because they're all saying the same kind of thing and getting eye rolls too. It's I think our family's really good at joking, and
we're very warped,
making fun of ourselves.
Yeah,
we are.
We don't care what people. I don't care what anyone says about me. Actually, I laugh about it all. I'm very thick thick-skinned. I've had to learn to be, and I know you are too, and it just, hey, if they don't like me, oh, well, sorry.
Yeah, I hated growing up with 3 brothers. And I mean, I loved it. I loved them. But I also hated it because I felt so teamed up on. Like, fist fights were nothing. Like, it was like an everyday occurrence. And I was one of the boys. Like, I actually said that, like, I was a little puppy raised with wolves. So I thought I was a wolf. I'm not kidding. I went my whole life thinking I was one of the boys. And that's why I rarely had friends who were girls. I had 2 friends who were girls. And we were all kind of like
you
boys.
guys were the same. I know.
And as I've become an adult, it's been like I did not love having girlfriends at all until like really the past year or so. Because I felt like I clicked more with boys. They feel like brothers to me. It feels like home. And so I'm grateful for it now. I do have thick skin. And I will say this, now that I'm friends with women, there is no friendship like a friend with a girl or a woman. And I missed out on that my whole life because I thought I was a boy.
I'm sorry. I failed.
But
we have traditions, but I failed as a mom.
But you did not. No, you did not. Okay.
Hey, we have the same vein. Sorry. Just not that yours is showing or anything.
My vein is popping out is what my mom's saying right now.
Mine does though too.
Mom, mine's 10 times larger than yours.
I need Botox too. Sorry. All right. Where were we? Let's just cut
now you all
out.
know why I look at my nails, by the way. Do you see what happened to them?
What? They got yellow?
Yes.
Did you go to the same guy?
It's because I went to a tanning bed because I had short or a shoot.
It does that. I forgot to warn you.
I didn't know that. And now I have,
I just
look
got
like
mine done
candy
yesterday.
corn.
Well, you need to go to my guy.
Well, I had an appointment today at 5:30 and I missed it because, let's see. Yeah, I missed it by 12 minutes.
Oh, do you want to leave? We can cut this short.
No, we're good. All right. Let's go back to traditions. Dad was this is going to center a lot around what childhood was like for both of us because there was so much for me. And as you were talking, like I realized Dad was kind of the glue for traditions and you were like the bricks. Like you were the bricks and he was the mortar. Like you made it happen, but Dad was the mortar that made all of the bricks stick together. Right?
Exactly.
And I feel like when he passed, all of it's like the glue that kind of held a lot of it together. It then was like, it kind of gave permission. Like, so the gift in it is it gave permission to each of our individual families then to start our own traditions because we had to, right? Whereas before, I think tradition existed in your guys' home because like you said at the beginning, if you guys remember, my mom was talking about how thoughtful my dad was. And were you saying that he was kind of the idea? Where was his place in creating tradition? Was he like the ideas man with it?
He was always the idea man. And even our Christmas Eve dinners, he's the one that wanted to keep that tradition going. It's a lot of work to do that. But he wanted to keep that going. That was very important to him to start traditions. And his family also had great traditions too in the past. And so, he was a big into family and traditions. And that was just part of our life. And then you guys were able to grow up seeing that and expecting it and waiting for it and enjoying it. And even though we made it like kind of awkward for you guys sometimes at Thanksgivings or Christmases when we made you go around the table and say,
that was my favorite thing.
Was it your favorite?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it was easy for me because I love you all and for a million different reasons. But I know sometimes people would complain like, same as last year.
So I want to get into that tradition in just a sec. But you had said it was important for Dad. Can you? And that was one of the notes I want to know. Why was it important to Dad, and why are traditions important to you?
I don't know if I'm going to get this right.
They were
important to Dad because he came from a great family, amazing, and I did too. And we both had traditions that he wanted to keep alive. I didn't know what to do when we got married. I'm like, well, I guess we're not going to do that anymore. But he wanted to do that. And the family togetherness meant so much to him, more than he would have rather just had that big traditional Christmas Eve dinner than give you guys presents. Presents are fun. They're one thing, but the memories of the traditions and everything were super important to him.
Oh.
What? Is that? Oh, did I?
No, that was so good.
You're laughing
because
at me.
here's the like. It actually makes me excited because I'm thinking back. I have so many memorable Christmases, and I remember the gifts toward the end because there was tradition involved in Dad choosing the gifts. We can talk about that, but it was the tradition that I remember, right? Like Dad was such, I remember him saying all of the time. And I have since learned that this expression was used incorrectly, but blood is thicker than water. Maybe not incorrectly. It's just a bigger, there's more to it. But Dad would say that all the time. Blood is thicker than water. Get over it. Your siblings, figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't like each other right now. Great. You're all grounded. So you can figure out how to
In the
like each
same
other.
room.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, but I remember those dinners on Christmas Eve. I remember our Thanksgiving dinners. Like we had you guys at Thanksgiving. Well, in our home, we had like, how many seats did that dining room table seat? Like 16?
15, 16. Yeah.
So our dining room table was huge and it was loaded with people and there were always extra chairs we had to place and loaded with food. I mean, it was just, I remember Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday because of the tradition that we had around Thanksgiving. And then my close second, I would say, is Christmas Eve dinner was my absolute favorite tradition. At Christmas Eve, growing up, my dad, so you're explaining it was Dad that carried it forward.
Right.
He insisted that my mom's Polish heritage and my mom's whole side of the family be brought forward forever, right? Or as long as he lived. We always did a massive Christmas Eve Polish dinner where my mom, you guys would, well, I'd get drug along. We'd go to
We'd go Christmas Eve morning, you, me, and my mom, Grandma Jude.
Yep.
We would all drive to Phoenix to the European.
Wasn't it Stanley's Deli?
Stanley's Deli, Stanley's Meat Market.
Yep.
Had everything there ready for us to buy. Yeah. And then we would come home. We'd buy like all the pastries, the meat.
What else would we buy?
Pierogies, the sauerkraut, which I can't stand still to this day. My dad loved it. The super
Polish
hot
sausage?
horseradish. Yeah. The Polish sausage. Yeah. My
Which
dad
stunk our house up for like a week.
I know this is so bad to say, but after my parents would leave, like the day after Christmas, I threw all of that out because it smelled at my house so bad. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
They're not listening.
No, you're right.
I don't think they know how to find podcasts.
They don't. But no, it was so much fun. Me, you, and my mom in the kitchen all day long on the 24th. And then we're all
baking
sweaty.
pies from scratch.
Yep,
I remember
pies,
this.
rolls. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Everyone's helping out, laughing, having fun.
Grandma's cackle, which sounds like mine. Like we are cut from the same cloth.
You are. It definitely skipped a generation and went to you. I can be loud, but you and my mom have that cackle.
We do.
I miss her cackle, by the way.
I know. I know.
But it was fun. And then, in later years, they didn't come anymore. So it was you and me.
Well, let's talk about it. Christmas Eve dinner.
Okay.
What's the thing called? Like we would do this thing, you guys, my mom can expand on it because I don't know the technical name for it, but we would do this before we ate. We'd sit down at the big table, like all of us, my grandma and grandpa would come into town, Todd and wife,
whoever he was with,
wife was at the time would come into town. I love them all. I love all of Todd's women. That Todd is my mom's brother.
Todd's woman. He doesn't have a hair. Well, he kind of does have a harem, I'm sure, at times. Anyway, next, move on.
Todd, if you're listening to this, we love you.
Yeah.
But anyway, it would be this big table full of people. And sometimes I think even Hugo was there a time or two. I mean, my parents would invite whoever. Was
anyone who didn't have anywhere to go, come in and hang out and that's what it was all about, just having fun. They didn't even like the food, I'm sure.
Well, because it was different to them.
They liked the pie and the rolls and the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and I didn't even like the Polish food back in the day. I didn't, but I loved the tradition. But we would sit at the table. We'd all sit. And my dad, who was in charge of everything, I loved it. It was cool. There was safety in that. Yeah. He would we would do like a breaking of the bread thing. So we handed out these wafers, which, what is it? It's like a Polish wafer. What is it, Mom?
It's a lot like, when you're Catholic,
What's
you
it
go
called?
to communion. I don't speak Polish. I'm probably saying it wrong. Opłatki.
Okay.
And it's big rectangle squares of the same type I grew up Catholic. The same type of wafer that you get going when you're at church.
Communion or whatever.
Communion. Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And so you start with that and you pass around that big rectangle of it and everyone takes a piece. And as you break it off, you go around the table and you tell everyone how grateful you are, whatever you're thankful for, grateful for. You talk to each person and tell them what you love about them or just something nice, you know? And so then the next person goes and, you know, and
I loved it.
It takes about an hour and then we get to eat.
Well, that's what was so cool though. Like you guys had a way of drawing everything out. And so it built anticipation and it built family togetherness. Like, okay, so these wafers, just to explain a little bit further, it was like a rectangle, like you said, and I would have one. So my dad would give me one. So that was my wafer. And then my mom would have one. And you would buy enough for as many people as are there.
I explained it wrong.
I want you all, like, this is a really cool tradition. I don't care if you're Polish or not. Like this might, of all of them, this might be the most gratifying, I think, to do. But everyone has a wafer. And then the goal is you make it around. It's almost like speed dating.
It is.
I've never done speed dating.
All right, his sucks. Move on to the next one. I'm sorry, that was bad. All right, next.
But what you do is I might have it wrong, but like I would go up to you and I would tell you. So I'm holding on to your wafer. This sounds really weird. But I am. Okay, so I'm holding on to your wafer.
Loved it.
And I am telling you what I love and appreciate about you. Like one thing I love and appreciate about you. And after I say it, I break the wafer off and I eat it.
Right.
And then you grab my wafer. No.
I grab your wafer.
You know
so
what I'm
soft.
saying.
Yeah.
It's actually hard. The wafer's hard.
It is making this worse. Anyway, yes. And then I do the same for you. I make your wafer happy. Tell you what I'm grateful for about you.
Now my podcast officially has an E on it. So when you say a bad word or you talk about something sexually,
what did I say? Bad word.
You said your wafer liked it. I'm kidding. I said shit at the beginning. We're good.
Oh, you did?
I already said it. I already got us an E by saying one bad word.
Okay.
If there's anything, you'll have an E for explicit next to that podcast.
It makes it more fun. Then you really want to watch it.
E. Yeah, like I'm not a dirty person. What's happening?
Those are the ones we want to watch. So that's good. We're going to earn ourselves an E today for sure.
We got an E. And we were talking about breaking up the wafers at Christmas. But yeah, so then I would go around to everyone until each person I had broken off told everyone what I love about them and appreciate about them and broken off the way. It was a really cool bonding thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Papa Ken and his kisses, why were my family, because they're Polish and I'll kiss on the lips till the day he dies, you know?
I know.
I loved it. But the crazy thing is I appreciated that. So I did not think anything was weird about it until my friends are like, your grandpa kisses you on the lips. I'm like, yeah. Is that weird? But it's not.
It's normal for my dad. That's the way he grew up.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's called Hugs and Kisses.
Yeah, Hugs and Kisses. Grandpa. At holidays, I rember him saying Merry Crenenbergers.
Yep.
That's a tradition. Merry Crinkle Toes.
Crinkle Toes. So many of his words that did not make sense. I'm like, is that really Polish, Dad, or not? I don't know. So,
no, I don't think it was.
No, but my dad was always super excited about the pastries for the Polish dinner, all the cakes and cookies and the Kugin and stuff like that.
Bread.
Yes, I know. Well, we're going to get that too this year.
Okay, if you guys have a Polish deli near you, you need to go pick up some Kugin bread and make it a part of your Christmas tradition or holiday tradition. Whatever holiday you guys are celebrating, make Kugin bread a part of your tradition. It's really good.
Yeah, it really is.
I need to find a place that has gluten-free Kugin bread. Yeah. That makes me so sad because I'm gluten-free now, Mom.
I know.
I have to be.
There is that other bakery up the street that has all the Polish pastries too. They might have some. They might have it. Yeah, they might. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so Christmas Eve dinner, that was my favorite. Now, another thing. So my dad would make every single year. I remember he would make a German chocolate cake.
From scratch.
Which of the kids, if it gets carried on, which of the kids carries that on, Mom? I do.
You do. Every year.
I love it. It reminds me of my dad.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And you're good at it.
Well, thank you. I follow a recipe on a box. Actually, it's not a box. You follow it on, it's the German chocolate brand.
Yes.
The German brand, like the German chocolate, the green package.
Right.
The
Inside
best recipe.
The bitter or the German chocolate piece. Package.
It's the 3-layer cake. Why did Dad do that? Like what was it about German chocolate cake?
He just loved it.
Really?
And so he loved it, and it's very time consuming to make.
Oh, forever.
I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I was cooking all day anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want it, you make it. And he did every year. And he did a great job. And so, I mean, I don't think there was one year he didn't make it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had it. I made pies, but
your pies were so good. Yes, the pies and I remember all of it. It was so good. So another memory from Christmas Eve, one of my absolute favorite was going every single year, Christmas Eve, after dinner. So we would first do dinner, then we would all get bundled up every year, like until Dad died.
Yep.
And we pack in the car or 2 cars, and we drive down to the Mesa Temple, the Mormon temple. And first we get hot chocolate.
Yep.
And then we would go walk around and freeze our butts off.
Yep.
Usually a couple of us would get in trouble.
Yeah.
I remember that we'd fight, Get up, stop yelling at each other.
It's not tradition if you didn't.
I know. And then, we'd get out of the car and go walk around the temple and look at lights we never, ever missed a year. Ever.
I know. It's good memories.
And then I remember we would come home and we'd write Santa letters. Even when I was 25, I feel like we always did Santa letters. We set out cookies because I had kids by that point, right? And when I had kids, my dad would not have it. We spent the night at my mom and dad's house with our kids.
Yes,
it was not, we didn't have an option to do it at our house.
Nope. We wanted everyone to wake up there Christmas morning. All the babies had matching pajamas, and I think the adults did too. The boys were never happy about that.
You did.
But
every year.
We did.
That is a tradition. So I have carried that one down every single year.
I love it.
Never missed matching pajamas.
And we open those Christmas Eve too.
And I do the same thing.
Good.
I wrap them and I have my kids open them. They're not as excited as I used to be. I was so excited about Christmas Eve pajamas. I loved it.
It's easier when I'm like, I hear music. Oh, is that mine? Oh, thanks, Scott.
But we had the Christmas Eve pajamas. And then, I think even as an adult, I anticipated waking up Christmas morning. I'm not kidding you. I did not sleep well, and I would wake up super early because you guys did, again, money or no money. You did such a good job making us feel thought of.
Oh, thank you.
Our stockings every year they're tissue paper wrapped, right?
Yep.
I don't know why.
But it just was the way I grew up too.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the way that I am with my kids.
Yep.
Stockings are always tissue paper, and I do a different tissue paper for every kid.
Oh, good idea.
So it makes it easy, you know. Or Santa does a different tissue paper for every kid.
Yeah.
And then you guys, until the day Dad died, like the Christmas before, you every year did a Santa gift for every person. Dad didn't take credit. You guys you're like, if Dad's whole thing was, if you don't believe, you don't receive. Right?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. You're not getting anything if you don't believe. So it was fun. And then, I tried to make the present opening easy. So I would do one family, one paper, one family, another paper. Yeah. I tried wrapping everything in totally different things and giving you guys a number. So whatever present had the number on the tag. Yes. I mean, I tried everything because otherwise you guys all guessed everything.
I remember.
Oh my gosh. Everything I ever gave you guys would guess. I'm like, all right, I'm going to mix it up next year for sure.
Well, that's funny. My kids don't guess. They don't even try to guess. I don't know why. But I do that. So I do Cash does a paper, Ruby does a paper, Marley, Matix. So I don't know if I'm going to do it this year. Yeah. Because they don't guess. So I don't care,
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are so many fun things inside of Christmas. I'm curious, when you were a kid, what were your favorite traditions?
So my dad was the best. First of all, every single night, my mom worked graveyard. She was, a key punch operator way back then.
Really?
Yeah. And so he worked during the day and taught at school and everything while he was furthering his education.
He was a professor.
He was, doctorate in mechanical engineering. And so, he was a professor at school. Sorry. My voice. And so he would read to Todd and I every single night. And then at Christmas Eve, he always read the, what's the name? 'Twas the Night Before Christmas to us.
Did he?
Yes, he did. And then we watched Rudolph on TV. We timed it because back then you couldn't save anything or just turn on a channel and find the movies. So we always timed it. So we got to watch Rudolph, and then Todd and I went to bed. And then in the morning when I woke up, it was so much fun because my dad would hide little presents on the tree, inside the branches and stuff too. And it was simple, like paintbrushes and crayons. I mean, little simple things that we love still, you know? And so, it was always a lot of fun to see what was hidden by my dad more than what Santa gave us. But no, Santa was always good to us too. And so that's my favorite memory is waking up in the morning, and my dad was so excited because he was more of a kid than I was growing up. And he still is to this day.
He was, and he is. I remember him as a storyteller. He's the best storyteller. He really is so good, so animated, so
creative. And he has I remember the pictures of your kids actually listen to a story from him, and they're just, Matix is just glued to him. Like, what next?
I love that. That actually reminds me, one of the things, and guys, I hope to anyone listening, you guys are getting ideas for things that you could do. And I think it's super important. Let me just interject to not feel like you need to do all of this.
Right.
Because I don't do all of it. I don't even do a fraction, half of this right now. Right. But like to pick one thing like we do with anything and add that one thing in this year, or maybe add 2 or 3 things, see what sticks with your family, and then repeat the ones that you love the most. Just to kind of help bond and create a little bit of togetherness and fun, like memories in it.
Right.
But one of the things that Dad did every year, and I tried to do, I don't think I'm as good as I used to be, but remember the Santa tracker?
Yes.
Dad on his AOL dial-up computer. I remember he had the Mac. He was like the first one to get a Mac when it came out, and his iPhone, the very first iPhone. And I remember we'd go and we'd huddle in the den at that house in Mesa. Yep. And we'd watch the Santa tracker, and Dad, I mean, we were old, and he's like, check him out. He's over in North Dakota. Like, whatever it was. Like, he was like, oh, no, he's going to go here. Like, Dad would get so excited with us older kids. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, and then you guys got excited for your kids, and that was the fun part of it.
We did.
The younger the grandkids were, it's like the more they ran in there. Where is he now? Where is he now?
Yeah. It was so cute. I remember that. Yeah. There were just so many fun things. And that is, so it's interesting because we started and Matix was in frame, right? He was in the podcast, and he was like, we were joking about how he's like, what traditions do we have? And what's interesting is, and I'm going to speak to divorced parents right now. Because I think it is a little bit different for us. Divorced parents or single parents, if a child goes back and forth, it becomes a little more challenging because I only have my kids every other year on Christmas Eve, right? And then the following year, I have my kids Christmas, the second half of Christmas Day through the next night. So it does feel like tradition is slightly interrupted. Right. Right. Like, but there are still things that we can do and that we do. But I think that's why because I know that there's interference in how my kids experience Christmas. I really do try. Like, I hope my kids appreciate it. I don't know if they do. They do. But like, it's a really big deal for me to stay up until it's probably 4 a.m. every Christmas Eve. I've never had one that's not.
Every parent's dream night, right?
Yeah. And I feel like, am I doing something wrong? Because some are like, oh, I'm in bed at like 10. I'm like, what?
How?
I am like up making their stockings perfect and putting the big bow on their Santa gift and with the, name tag and written, and then the Santa note and biting the right amount of cookies. And I don't know why and then I am like, I tell my kids, do not go downstairs until I get up, because I remember what it felt like for me to have Christmas with you guys. And I want nothing more than to recreate that experience for my kids. And so when there's so much excitement because they're like caged upstairs until everyone's awake. And then we let them down at the same time. And it's so much fun. It
is. Yeah.
One of the things that I started last year with my kids that I love is, I don't know, Christmas for us became too big. right? Like
Right.
the kids were sending me lists and there were link after link after link.
Right.
And I was buying a lot of it. And then it was like, oh, cool. It was being opened and not appreciated.
Right.
And I felt like I was breaking the bank. And every year I was trying to outdo the year before to make it exciting. And then last year I was like, I'm done. I'm done. So last year, what I did is everyone got a Santa gift. Everyone got their stockings, and then they each only got one family gift from me. That was it. Like I did one experience from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told the kids, I said, okay, you're not allowed to make lists this year. Do not make a list. Because when you make a list with what you want, Christmas becomes about yourself. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you a budget for your 3 siblings and you a budget for so all the kids got a budget for their siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And then their job, like the only other gifts you're getting besides the one experience, they didn't know it was an experience, but the one from me was from your siblings. So get to know because they're like, well, how are they going to know what to buy me? It was like, how are they going to know what to get me if I don't tell them?
Yeah.
And I said, this isn't about you. This is about them. So why don't you instead say, what are they going to know to buy me? Why don't you say, what important can I buy Cash or Ruby or Matix? Like, what are they going to love? And so actually it was awesome. They were so invested in the gift that they bought each other, and they would like come to me and say, like, okay, what about this? Okay, wait, can I break budget to buy Matix will really love this? Can I buy him this? And then our Christmas, we had so many fewer gifts last year. But like the opening of it took twice as long because no one wanted to miss a certain thing because there was humor in the gifts and excitement.
That's
they
so
were
fun.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
So that was
a great idea. I think you should do that again this year.
I already am.
Good. Yeah.
But now I have all the aunts and uncles. They're like, what can we buy your kids? And I'm like, crap, I don't know. They don't have a list.
I know. There's so many kids. And honestly, our family's very fortunate.
Yeah.
Christmas is about memories and the birth of Jesus Christ, but it tends to go the other way where kids make their lists and everything. I mean, I was the same. I wanted lists for you guys and everything at Christmas. You get trapped in that.
Yeah.
And then when you reel it back, you realize it's more fun. One of our most fun Christmases, I think, is when we were in Lake Tahoe in Klein Village.
I remember this.
No presents. We did stockings for you guys.
Yeah.
Dad went a week early, put lights up in the Christmas tree and everything. And then we went there and we did all the snowmobiling and skiing and just had so much fun building snowmen. I remember
that. Did I have a bum knee that year?
Probably.
I think I did. Because I didn't ski. I was laid up inside. Yeah.
Okay.
But I still remember it. And I don't even remember not having presents. All I remember was the tree, and I remember my friend Elisa was with us. Didn't she come with us?
Yeah. Which is
She came with us.
Let her come with us on Christmas.
I don't know. Because they loved you and they knew that we had good family traditions
too. And Elisa was like my own daughter.
But I remember like having a really great Christmas in Lake Tahoe. Maybe that's why you let her come, because I was stuck inside, couldn't ski.
Oh, that was the thing. That was it. Yeah, because I remember you guys were making cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good way to end this episode, because you just said, you touched on something super important. It's, we get caught up in what we think Christmas is, right? Getting gifts and buying things.
Stressing.
And it does. It leads to stress. It leads to anxiety. I'm feeling it now. I think almost everyone listening is feeling some level of stress, anxiety, fear. And I think when we have high levels of stress and anxiety and fear, it actually exacerbates the grief. So it becomes this big cycle. Like it perpetuates the grief, and the grief then perpetuates more stress and anxiety and sadness and depression. And it's like, if we can just stop for a minute and peel away all of the things that we think matter.
Important. Yeah, exactly.
Give us some advice to anyone listening.
Well, for me, I'm old. So
I love it. Old means wisdom, and you're not old.
I'm so into the memories of what was, what is, and like you say, and what's to come still. Yeah. I mean, gosh, Matix is almost 19. I could be a great grandma pretty soon.
No, let's not.
That would be a great Christmas present next year, the year after, not now.
Yeah.
No, but I do. I think about that. I'm like, someday I am going to start having great grandkids. And that to me is, babies at Christmas are like the best, the sweetest. Everyone wants the baby. So I'm looking forward to that. I love every Christmas, no matter how I spend it, who I spend it with.
Yeah.
There's always something great that comes out of it. And I mean, another thing that happens with Christmas is we overspend because of all of that. And then we're all depressed for the next 6 months after that, paying everything.
Yep.
And so I the last 3-4 years have made it a goal, X amount of money per person. That's it. Make a memory with them. They would like that better anyway.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's just, for me, it's all about family. Yeah. Family and being together and, celebrating.
I love that. Yeah. So what I hear is don't stress. And if you find yourself stressing about what to do and what to buy and how much to spend and making all the parties or whatever it is, instead, maybe this year, try and peel that away and remember what Christmas or the holiday season is about. Whatever religion or spirituality you practice or are, remembering that it is rooted in that and rooted in family togetherness, right? Like it's a time to spend time with one another and don't let the perceived obligations of Christmas.
Don't let the materialism of Christmas get to you and take over what it should be.
Because I do not remember one gift. Like to everyone listening, I'm sorry, I do remember gifts Dad would do at the end because it was every girl would get the same thing.
Yes,
and it meant
he
something,
had that
right?
tradition.
It was a necklace or a bracelet that meant something. There was a charm on it that meant something, right? So it could have been any brand. It could have been a note from, and it's like the story read by your dad. That's the thing that hiding the paintbrushes in the tree. That's what meant the most. The Polish dinner and the breaking of the bread and saying gratitude. Like that's what meant the most to me. So maybe try and focus your efforts this holiday season on something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Okay, Mom. So we're about to close this up. Is there one final thing? So just think through memories, traditions, holiday is like, what's one thing on your heart that you want to share? You want to end with?
Well, for me, it goes back to the grief side of it. And this is hard because I start crying every time.
It's okay.
No, I wish Dad was here. I know he's watching over us and I know he's proud of us, each one of you guys, but it's different, but that's okay. I'm moving forward, but he'll always be missed. That would be the ultimate Christmas for me. One more.
Oh.
Okay,
Thanks, Mom.
let's cut.
No, I think that was so good. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I second all of that.
Thank you.
I'm going to let that be the ending because that was beautifully said. And I think, if you're listening and you have someone that's passed on, I think it's okay to leave a space in your heart and your home for them and remember the great that they were and allow that to kind of help you experience the good in what also is. So, Mom, thanks for being here. I love you. You did so good.
Thanks for having me
on the podcast. You did good with traditions. You did so good with everything.
Oh, I don't know. I rambled.
No, you did great.
Hopefully you got something out of that.
No, you did. Guys, everyone, thank you for listening. Thanks for being here with us. I hope you have very happy holidays and that you got something out of this. Until next time.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. That's a wrap.
Mwah.